after those preliminary rounds, our panel of international judges have whittled down those competitors to the top 6 who've made it through to the final. Let's meet them now, starting with couple number 8 from Scotland. It's McKechnie and Beverley Reece.
Tommy, fill me in a little on the background of McKechnie and Beverley Reece.
Kenny's from Scotland, Beverley is a London girl. They could and should be the favourites for tonight's trophy, and they have the composure of people who look like the champions. Over the last 6 months or so, they've had 1 or 2 close shaves with 1 or 2 of the couples behind them. You know, a couple of dances lost or a mark here and there could have changed the result. They are dancing better overall this evening. They have great glamour and charisma. I like their dancing.
McKechnie and Beverley Reece dancing the rumba. Well, Kenny, you made it to number 2 last year in the competition. What sort of preparations have you been making in the hope of possibly actually taking the title this year?
Well, I think we've probably rehearsed practically every night and every day. We built up on our practice as such with our lessons, you know, and we trained very much with our coach, Walter Laird, and with Michael Stylianis also. So we worked very, very hard indeed. So let's hope. I'm quite out of breath actually.
But you see, you're not allowed to be out of breath because obviously you've got to hold back some stamina for the final all-important dances. How do you do that, Beverley?
Well, we build up our stamina, as Kenny said, you know, during our practice, and we also do physical exercise at the gym and things like that to build up our stamina, as well as working as well.
So it's all the stops out now for the final 5 dances. We wish you luck. Thanks very much indeed. And now the second of our finalists this evening. They're couple number 25. They're from Germany, and they are Killick and Inga Haas.
Now, what about the history of Killick and Inga Haas?
Well, there's some fabulous talent for the future here. This boy doesn't fear being outrageous. They've only been together for about 2 or 3 months, and they're already starting to make heads roll from the finalists. Inga made the final last year after only 2 months with her previous partner, Paul Dawson. She's from Germany, and Paul's from England, and they represent Germany now in the world rankings. Paul has terrific foot speed, and he has a natural class in his act. He doesn't overdo anything, and he has the ability to do very little and get away with it.
Killick and Inga Haas representing Germany and dancing a samba. Well, Paul and Inga, you were both in the finals last year, but with different partners. So obviously you feel the partnership is working well this year.
Yeah, it's new, so we're happy to be in a final now.
And you're out of breath too. Now that's not allowed.
I'm supposed to keep it quite calm, aren't I? But it's not happening.
Now, do you find that this dance, because it's not actually marked as part of the competition, is it useful to get some of the tension out to help you relax?
Yes, I think so. It's very nice.
You can actually go out there and enjoy it, can you?
Yeah, much better.
Well, we hope you enjoy the rest of the evening, and we wish you luck. Thanks both very much indeed.
Thank you.
And now let's meet our 3rd finalists. They're couple number 38. They're from Australia, and they are Paul Green and Karen Rufus.
They're also the surprise arrivals in this final, Donny, aren't they?
Yes, they are, Charles, very much. Now, it has to be said that if you think Jason Donovan is popular with the girls, he's got nothing on this guy. I'm telling you, at the practice nights, there's, by pure coincidence, a procession of young ladies just in his direction. Very talented. 2 or 3 times in the past, when they were not fancied runners at all, they've ended up in the final and had a terrific result. So, although it's a turn-up for the books, it's really well deserved. I think they're terrific, these two.
Rufus representing Australia and dancing the cha-cha-cha. Now, this is the first time that either of you have made it to the final of this competition, isn't it? What do you think you've been doing to your performances during the year to improve so much?
Well, we had a good rest over Christmas, which was really good. But no, just a couple of good, yeah.
You've been doing a lot more practicing, obviously. And I think it sounds as if you've got the fan club in tonight as well. Now, you're both Australian, but you now train over here. What do you think is the difference between the standard here and at home?
I think it's a constant competition and will to do better.
Well, you've obviously done much better so far by getting to this stage of the competition. We wish you luck in the rest of it. Thank you both very much indeed. And now our 4th finalists, they are from Italy. They're couple number 59. They are Bryan Watson and Claudia Leoni.
There's couple number 59, Bryan Watson and Claudia Leoni from Italy. What do you think of them, Donny?
Well, the boy is absolutely fabulous. He's got a very natural body tick. I mean, he's naturally rhythmic. He's got an instinct for dance. Claudia has lost a lot of weight. A lot of weight. She's slimmed down. She's got a lot fitter. That makes her dance more confidently.
Bryan Watson and Claudia Leoni for Italy, dancing there, the rumba. Bryan, you got a great reception when you came on there, and they were rooting for you all through that dance. If the crowd reaction is important, you were 4th last year. Do you think that it's going to help you to improve your positions this year?
Definitely.
So what are you hoping for? Lots of applause. You're obviously going to get it. We hope you do improve on last year's position. Enjoy the competition. Thank you. And now the 5th couple who've made it through to the final this year. They're from Holland. They're couple number 82. They are Louis van Amstel and Julie Fryer.
Well, Donny, to judge from the reception here in the hall, a very popular choice for the final.
You can't blame people for going mad for them because they're so charismatic and they've got great... what I really find good about the choreography is the energy will be very, very fast and very scintillating, and then suddenly they just slow it down and become very intense. I think a little bit more sensitivity as they mature will make them into a real force to be reckoned with. But I must say that they really appeal to me. When Ken and I first started out, we got the breaks because of charisma, and we didn't really have the quality. And I think that's the case with these two as well. I'm happy to see them get where they get because they're crowd pleasers.
Amstel and Julie Fryer from Holland dancing the samba. Well, it's your first time in a major competition here in England. I was going to ask you how you're coping with the nerves, but I think that the crowd have answered that. But how are you coping?
Difficult. Very difficult.
Do you actually find that the nerves really come pounding up when you reach the stage of the contest?
No, not when we reached the stage, but before backstage. I was shaking.
So what sort of preparations have you made to get to this stage of the competition this year?
Well, we train very hard. Yeah, we just train every day, very, very hard, and it's worked.
Well,
yeah.
it sounds as if you've really got the crowd behind you. Do you think you're going to be able to enjoy the next bit of the competition?
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you.
Enjoy and good luck. Thanks very much indeed. Thank you. And so to the final couple that have made it through to that final six. They are number 138 from Denmark, Allan Tornsberg and Vibeke Toft.
Another popular decision.
These two are incredible. I think you can see that although they may not be as dynamically scintillating as the last couple, what I keep talking about is the maturity of a man and woman here and the class which they portray, Charles, which puts them in a different league. Very glamorous couple. And Vibeke's worked very, very hard in the last year or so to improve her leg action and the beauty of her feet and ankles. The practice nights, these two look as if they could beat the world in any competition. And the problem has been struggling to produce that in a competition under stress and adrenaline conditions. And they're really trying to get the composure necessary and still stay alive. And it's a very classy act now.
We must point out, by the way, that in these dances, they're not in fact being marked by the judges. These dances are to allow them a bit of a warm-up and allow us a better introduction.
Allan Tornsberg and Vibeke Toft dancing the cha-cha for Denmark. Now, you two were third in this competition last year. How important is it to you, Allan, to perhaps be able to take this title out of England this year and home to Denmark?
Well, we try not to think about that too much and just enjoy the event while we're here.
But are you actually able to enjoy the dancing, or is the tension so great that actually all you can think about is what you're doing?
You try to relax and enjoy every moment of it.
Well, we hope that you relax and enjoy the next stage of the competition, because the vital bit is now coming up. We wish you good luck. Thank you very much.
So we have 6 of the best lined up for tonight's final. For the judges' view of the competition so far, Hazel Fletcher.
What I found particularly exciting tonight was that in a situation, for example, judging from the 24 to the 12 and the 12 to the 6, that there was some beautiful dancing and inspired dancing from some couples that normally wouldn't make the next round. And I have a feeling we're in for a very exciting result, and maybe some form being broken because some people are putting in beautiful performances. And I think with the caliber of judges here tonight, those people may be rewarded for performances they're giving. It's very exciting.
Let's get into that final then. 5 dances ahead. It begins with the cha-cha-cha. Everything to dance for.
There's couple number 8, McKechnie and Beverley Reece, dancing for Scotland.
Yes, they'll be hoping that they'll be the world champions this coming year, because the couple who hold the current world championship title are rumoured to be turning professional at the end of January of this year, and therefore Kenny and Beverley will be hoping to be the new contenders for that title.
The cha-cha-cha is one of the dances which has had its tempo for international competitions slowed down this year.
Absolutely correct, because if you notice, some of the couples here are using a lot of the middle of their bodies rather than just their feet, which is the way it should be danced. It used to be called triple mambo. It came from mambo initially.
And there's couple number 25, Killick and Inga Haas for Germany.
Yeah, now that they've made the final, they're dancing even better than they did in the previous rounds.
It may be late in the day, but there's no rest for the dancers as we move into the next compulsory dance. And remember, each couple is being given a place by the judges for their performance in each individual dance.
And tackling the samba, couple number 38, Hole Green and Karen Rufus from Australia.
Yes, a good tick in the middle of the bodies. This is a happy carnival dance from Brazil, and they've got the right atmosphere for it. And very popular with the crowd, as you can hear. I think with the face and those gnashers, if Stock Aitken and Waterman don't have him making a hit single soon, then I'll lose some money.
Couple number 59, Bryan Watson and Claudia Leoni from Italy.
This is a dance which has been slowed down, Charles. If you look, for example, at Bryan and the way he uses his hips and the way he uses his body language in this dance, which is the way it should be, you'll see that he is, although the tempo's slower, he's filling it out, and he doesn't look slow. He still looks as if he's fast because he's getting a lot of body action within each bar.
Next, the dance that's as powerful and sensuous as they come, the rumba.
There's couple number 82, Louis van Amstel and Julie Fryer dancing for Holland.
This is the dance which the Americans say is down and dirty. The rumba. The dynamic approach here I find incredible, but because of a certain lack of maturity, the man-woman sensitivity of it all, of course, is not quite there yet, but that's only a natural problem at their age. You know, the rumba is probably one of the most energy-consuming dances. Although the action is easy and you should be settled on the leg, the amount of control, you see, when you stand, for example, on the left leg, it's the right leg that's important because that's the one everybody sees. And you have to hold the line and the resistance in that, which, for example, Allan and Vibeke here are particularly good at. They have good physiques, they have good use of timing in the non-standing leg, and some dramatic choreography as well.
Just 2 dances left in tonight's competition. Here's the one that captures the atmosphere of the Spanish bull ring, the Paso Doble.
This is a very good dance, as I said before, for Kenny McKechnie and Beverley Reece, because he has a good demeanour of a matador here. Just the way he walks from foot to foot, the way he controls the energy, the way the rib cage is held. It is essentially the man's dance. And I must say, absolutely, this dance has to be between McKechnie Reece and Tornsberg Toft. Beverley Reece, who has the look of a flamenco dancer. Terrific charisma, these two. Allan and Vibeke, very fast foot speed, clean cut lines. Killick and Inga Haas there. I wouldn't like to put my money on anybody. I suppose Kenny and Beverley will be the favourites, and if it's close, of course, the champion would have the benefit of the doubt.
Jive, the last of the compulsory dances. I always have a mental image of a great sort of final stoking of steam pressure for the last dance of this long sequence.
You're not wrong, I'm telling you. Bryan, Watson and Claudia, he has very, very light, he's very light-footed, this boy, and so the jive suits him very much. Kenny and Beverley there, favourites for tonight's title. A little bit big in the face. These are the last 15 seconds of the pain barrier, and you know you're still being marked by the judges. This is where the masochism comes into dancing.
There's the Australian couple, Paul Green and Karen Rufus.
Well done. Fabulous final. Absolutely incredible.
So the competition is truly over. The judges have seen all the performances. The outcome is now being decided. There once again are Kenny and Beverley, definitely dancing with the look of potential champions.
So now to the results, and in third place it's couple number 138 from Denmark, Allan Tornsberg and Vibeke Toft. Runners-up this year, dancing for Scotland, Kenny McKechnie and Beverley Reece. And now, the new United Kingdom Amateur Latin American Dance Champions. From Italy, Bryan, Watson and Claudia.
Bryan and Claudia, deserved champions. They were placed first in 3 of the compulsory dances and second in the other 2. Second place to Kenny and Beverley. They were first in 2 dances, so just 1 dance made all the difference.
Let me just say that I hope you're going to be able to join us for the second programme from these championships here in Bournemouth, when we'll be featuring the competition to find the United Kingdom professional modern champions. Until then, we leave you with our new champions from Italy, the United Kingdom Amateur Latin Champions for 1991, Bryan Watson and Claudia Leoni. Good night.